I don't normally sit back and say that the Eagles are going to win a game, especially with the way the season has gone, and especially with who we've lost to. But I got to come out and flat out say that, speaking true to what I believe, I feel it in my gut. All right, I'm sticking with what I believe right now. Despite losing now Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders, despite losing everybody, and not having an offensive line, despite our defense being decent one game and then god awful the next, especially considering our head coach doesn't know how to call plays in critical situations anymore. I'm calling this game against the Giants this weekend. I already said it when I made a couple of videos on Monday and Sunday that, I'm going to root for the Eagles, and I'm going to stick by that. The Eagles are going to win this game. Now, I'm going to make a full preview video tomorrow, but I just want to come out and flat out say that the Eagles are the better team than the New York Giants. We all know who the Giants are, and we don't truly know what the Eagles are at this point, but we know who the Giants are. They're a team with a lot of upside, of course. Defense isn't that bad. They're not as bad as we thought they were going to be. And the offense, they sputtered, but who hasn't in this day and age, honestly, especially in this NFC East division. We've seen the Cowboys yesterday getting blown out 38-10 against the Arizona Cardinals. I picked them to lose. But I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I didn't think that they weren't going to be able to score more than a touchdown when it mattered. They scored that touchdown beyond 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like my team, my Eagles could actually manage a comeback and almost completed that comeback against the Baltimore Ravens, against reigning NFL MVP Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh. Okay, and I mean, as much as we don't believe in moral victories here, that's something to be proud of. It's the way your team fights, right? The way your team hangs in there and they don't give up despite being outscored 17-0 at halftime. The Cowboys immediately gave up yesterday, and it was sad to watch. I watched the entire game, and I felt bad. Andy Dalton didn't look good at all. Ezekiel Elliott was was fumbling on back-to-back possessions. He got benched for a couple of drives. Tony Pollard was actually doing a lot better for the most part. I mean, Jesus, it was bad. And as much as I don't like joking about Dak Prescott, I gotta say to the Cowboy fans, welcome to my world. Welcome to the world of a Philadelphia Eagle, where you guys can shit on Carson Wentz all the time for being injury prone. You get what we've dealt with. Of course, we won a Super Bowl one of those years, but the next 2 years hasn't been pretty. Hasn't been pretty at all. With injuries, losing our quarterback, and in times where we need him to be there and everything. Dak Prescott was on top of the world with how great he was performing outside of the record. And that's more than just your team, as now the Cowboys have players calling out the coaching staff. Which, hey, we don't got anybody at Philly doing that right now. No, sir. Neither do the Giants. And funny enough, neither do Washington. But Washington has a whole different story as far as their ownership goes, as far as their name goes, all that stuff. That's different. I can't even categorize the Washington football team right now. Like they're their own little thing. And again, respect for beating us, of course. But it's in the past, right? Looking ahead, we got the Giants this week on Thursday Night Football, and then a Sunday Night Football the following week against the Cowboys, coming to both in Philly primetime events. Two of the biggest games of the season, because guess what? If you're talking about making the push, if you're talking about taking this division, this is where it matters the most. We lost to Washington in week 1. Wasn't pretty. Shouldn't have done that. But guess what? Now you got these two games against two teams. One's rebuilding. The other one is just as injured as us. No more excuses. There shouldn't be any more excuses. There shouldn't be any more mess-ups. And I'm talking directly to the coaches about this. I mean, because listen, we could be as bad as Dallas right now, where our coaching staff is getting blasted anonymously by players. But we're not living in Dallas here. We're living in Philadelphia, where our players are still trying to fight, and they know that they can win. And they said that to the Ravens, and they almost managed to pull that comeback off. They said that to the Steelers, and they almost managed to pull that comeback off. And those are the top two defenses in the NFL. Those are two of the best teams in the NFL. We beat a Niners team, yes, injured, but they were still fighting. They were still putting up points against a Giants team who got blown out the week before by them. So if we're comparing that to now, who's the better team here? Now, granted, New York beat the Washington football team. We didn't. But this week, doesn't matter. What happened the past couple of weeks, don't mean anything. What happens on Thursday night means everything. Now the Giants, we know what they are. They've known who they are this year. But hey, I mean, in the NFC East, when your first place team through 6 weeks is 2-4, and you're one game behind at 1-5, why not? Why not give it your all? And of course, they're gonna give it their all. It's a divisional game. You're still in the division by one game. Why not? They could easily steal this game from us, and we could easily fall from second place to last place right then and there. But I don't believe we will. I believe in this team. The only person, in my opinion, that needs to prove himself to me on Thursday night is Doug Peterson himself. Past 2 weeks, the Eagles have been in the perfect position to mount that comeback after being down, after struggling against a better defense with an injury-filled offense that struggles to find its groove. You find it, you make that comeback happen, but you cannot complete it. This week, we won't even need to do that. I believe the Eagles will come out of the gate. They will take control of this game. The Giants are going to put up a hell of a fight. And I'll go more into how and why tomorrow, because let's face it, the Giants, compared to the Eagles right now, are not that bad of a football team, because guess what? We're all bad here, okay? We're all terrible in this division. The Eagles are going to come out on top against the Giants, and I'll talk about why tomorrow. And I'm excited for this game. Looking on the upside, baby. I've been up and down this year. I've been up and down when it comes to being optimistic and holding my head up high as an Eagles fan, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it despite everything. Who knows? Maybe Thursday night will put me right back down like the Rams game and the Bengals and the Steelers game did. But I'm feeling it, and I think you guys should too. Let me know how you feel about the Giants game this Thursday night, and I'll see you all tomorrow with my preview video where I break it down into more depth on how the Eagles will win this game. Thank you for watching. Peace out, y'all.